Good morning, South. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance with Mr. Swinson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll hear more from Mr. Swinson later in the show. Good morning once again, and welcome to the Falcon Report. For this Friday, the 2nd of February, day 1, I'm Asha Godrudge.
And I'm Shalini Manboat. A new semester has meant new classes for many of South students. From food and nutrition to ceramics, the classes spent the first day getting accustomed to this mid-year change. The second semester teachers introduced themselves and gave their class an overview on what's to come for the remainder of the school year.
Drawing or painting, if you work digitally, that's...
With the end of the year approaching quickly, these new classes will allow students to have a fresh start and conclude the year strongly.
The district recently made updates to its policy concerning student lateness. Aiden Ashby has the details.
7:46 a.m. here at the Gladys entrance, and there's not much time before Period 1 classes get underway. But on the average day so far this year, a significant portion of the student body has still been minutes away from arriving. The result is a significant loss of learning time, achievement opportunities.
Being on time is very important, especially being on time to your classes. You know, in those first few minutes, your teachers are going over some important stuff.
I think one of the biggest factors is that there's only so much time for each class. So when you're late to that class, you're missing valuable information that will help you do well.
Here at the start of the second semester, the superintendent of schools and district administrators have put a new lateness policy into effect in an effort to help encourage student timeliness. Students will be assigned hour-long detention, Saturday detentions, and eventually even in-school suspension, and parent meetings for crossing thresholds of 5, 10, 15, and 20 latenesses in a marking period. South Assistant Principal Mr. Tom Zervis and members of the counseling staff emphasize the importance of on-time arrivals.
My hopes are that students will realize that the importance of arriving to their classes and to the building on time.
Several staff members also had advice for how all could improve their timeliness.
So my advice to get to school on time would be to create a nighttime and a morning routine. The teenage brain really likes routine, and you could share that routine with your friends and family so they could help hold you accountable. And be sure that you leave your house early enough and expect that there could be some traffic getting yourself dropped off to school, so also pay attention to the weather.
Clearly being on time really matters. For the Falcon Report,
New York State Seal of Biliteracy presentations took place in South Library this past week. At the start of January, passionate world language students were tasked with creating a presentation comparing an aspect of culture between the United States and a country which speaks the language in which they study. The presenters then researched their topic of choice and created engaging presentations. Topics included differences in schooling systems, music, and even film in the different countries. After practicing runs in class the week before, the SEAL candidates presented their 5 to 10 minute presentations to a panel of language educators and guidance counselors, and then answered oral defense questions on their topic. Their hard work will be celebrated in June during the Seal of Biliteracy ceremony. How was your first semester?
I survived, but more importantly, I want to know how it went for Mr. Swinson.
Well, it's a good thing Emily Knopfler had a chance to talk to him about just that.
I'm joined now with Mr. Swinson. So, how have you enjoyed this first half of your first year here at South?
First, I'd like to say thank you so much for the 20-week follow-up. It makes me feel wanted to know that after 20 weeks of school, you guys are doing a check-in, so I really do appreciate that. But the first 20 weeks of school have gone exactly how I predicted it. The community has been incredibly supportive and understanding and patient. Teachers have been phenomenal and very passionate about the work that they're doing with South High School students. And students additionally have been phenomenal, improving every single day, reflecting and, doing a better job of like making better decisions and choices that are beneficial to what they're doing as high school students.
So you said students have done a lot of improving. Is there anything you think specifically that students should work to improve upon in the second half of the year?
I do. I want students to pay more attention to how technology is impacting how they think and how they eventually make decisions. You know, they have responsibilities, right? Right now, their only job is receiving the best education possible, and that is a job. It's a 7:50 to 2:45 job every single day, and we look at school as being kind of like the minor leagues of life. You get lots of opportunities here to make mistakes, correct them, so that when you are released into the world upon graduating, the world is ready and waiting for you. Almost mistake-free. We don't expect everyone to be perfect, but we expect everyone to improve.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Swinson.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Back to you in the studio.
When the Falcon Report returns, we'll learn all about new policies. But first, a bird's eye view of exterior updates. The Falcon Report will be right back.
Anoche soñé. I'm super shy, but wait a minute. What? I'm gonna bear. Baby, it's so fine.
All our music is messed up.
Don't worry, you can see all the right music at
World Culture Night.
Yesterday was National Hijab Day.
The Muslim Student Association hosted a World Hijab Day yesterday after school. Girls were given the opportunity to try on the hijab for the first time.
You look so cute!
The Muslim Student Association provided henna tattooing and spoke about the cultural and religious importance behind wearing the hijab.
The hijab represents a code of modesty, and it's just like it's a way of like concealing your beauty and like trying to practice modesty, and it represents strength and stuff, and it's not a way that people are oppressed, because that's like a common myth that's put out that like people are oppressed because they wear the scarf and stuff, but that's definitely not true. So today we just wanted to make sure that like people understood the meaning behind it.
For the Falcon Report, I'm Mohammed Assad.
Just last Friday, members of South's Cultural Society embarked on a trip to Forest Road to put their hard work on display for elementary school students. Arriving at 1, each performer took the time to share interesting details about the history of each act before commencing.
Hi, my name is Bella. I go to South, and so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Mexican skirt. So it's originally from Mexico. Each Mexican skirt dance represents a different region of Mexico.
Mexican skirt, Chinese lion, and Bollywood were just a few of the performances that were put on, all of which led to exciting cheers from the crowd. Overall, the elementary school students surely had an enjoyable time watching the performances, learning more about various cultures from around the world, while getting a taste of one of South's many extracurricular opportunities.
Do you know what day it is?
No.
Only the day that will determine your future for the next 6 weeks. Zoe Weiner should know what's in store.
Zoe?
Well, I don't see anything. And even though it's Groundhog's Day, I still think a human-generated forecast is in order for this weekend. Sunny and cold as temperatures steady within the low to mid-40s. Today, expect some morning showers followed by significant clouds and a breeze. Tomorrow and Sunday continue the brisk weather and will feature bright, clear skies. Hopefully, the sun-filled weekend will overshadow the cool and breezy temperatures. Back to you in the studio.
The district became home to a boys' swimming team this winter season.
Jackson Hunter has all the updates on their first season.
Jackson?
Stand out of their way because the brand new boys' district swimming team dove into their meet last Friday. The swimmers who hail from South, North, Central, and even Memorial came to participate in their meet against Bethpage. A couple of swimmers from South played in prominent roles. 8th grader Mark Santamaria scored 4 points for South, getting a solid silver. Second place in the 500-yard freestyle in 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Also with crazy scores were freshman Menahan Yamas swimming in the 100-yard backstroke and the 200-yard individual medley. Not only did he get an incredible time of 59 seconds and 2 minutes and 11 seconds, he got a gold and scored first place in both. He also managed to pull off 2 silver finishes for the team. At the end of the incredible meet, the team held a senior ceremony to their 2 seniors. Overall, the swim team had a very fantastic meet. And that's sports.
That's all for this edition of the Falcon Report. For Shalini Manbode, I'm Asha Gadraj.
Have a great weekend, Sal. Oh my god, Asha, second period we have our physics midterm.
It's gonna be a lot of work and take up a lot of my energy.
We're gonna fail. We're gonna fail.